judge me. I just wish he knew.
Here we are, face to face. A couple of dirty spoons. What's happening? What's happening, people? What is going on? Hey, it is Thursday. Doing this a little bit later than normal. Hey, we got a fun episode for your ass. I'm your host, K Styles, aka the Sixth Man. Might bring his ass back on here. He's gonna be on. But we got the Don in the building to the screen left.
What's good? What's good? What's good?
Hey, man. Man, I don't even know what the hell to say about whatever, but these naps is getting better and better. Googly moogly.
Man.
I thought I had my alarm set, but for some reason the alarm didn't go the fuck off. So,
Man, we need to start making sure you do it. We got to start checking your damn phone and say, check, make you do your alarm and screenshot it. And okay, I take it out.
nigga said screenshot. What? They said what? 1-800 get your ass up. That's what that's gonna be the new phone line.
Hey, gotta do what we gotta do, man.
Nah, it's just been one of those weeks, man. Shit. But before we get into it, man, let's go ahead and give a shout out to the people that's in here already. Like I said, we got Stealth Mode TV. We got Stealth Legacy, Sherman Wood, Night Whisperer. We got new member K Boone. Pick up the pieces. We have Ryan Williams. We got Leo in the building. We got Ski P. Engine number 9. Keyshawn Vlad. That's the homie right there. What's going on? Drip LaFleur. You got Brian Peeps. G Trey. Adam Howell in the building. Dre Murphy. Terry Lloyd. We got D Coleman in here. We got Pete on 97. Hey, go and get right into it. Mr. Tactician, Juan, what's going on?
Oh man, what's going on? About to be fun.
You about to be fun? You about to have some fun?
Oh yeah. They took care of, seeing my father.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh yeah. Somebody got to get this work.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. They're gonna get to work. All right, man. So, hey, let's not really stall it too much any longer, man. Let's go ahead and get right into what we talk about. Hold on, let me set this up right quick. There you go. All right. So, today's episode, we are going to be talking about Arthur Blank press conference review and some of the quotes that it said, and we're gonna break this down. So today's episode, we are talking about Mr. Arthur Blank exposing the coup d'etat within the Atlanta Falcons. Now, first of all, before we get started, does anybody know what the hell a coup d'etat is?
Yep.
We got NJS78, who is a new member. Pick up the pieces. I said, pick up the pieces. All right. All right. So, one, Mike, did anybody, like I said, y'all two want to explain what a coup d'etat is?
Yes.
A coup is?
10 o'clock, we'll be rolling out.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Coup d'etat is basically when you yourself conspire with other people to overthrow a government, organization, or hierarchy.
Mhm.
Mm. Mm. And if y'all want a good example of what a coup d'etat is, y'all need to go ahead and look up the coup d'etat at the Galpin Tombs, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Terry Lloyd said coup d'etat is a hostile takeover. He's trying to say watch Naruto, so he know exactly what that means. I might say stroke of state. So, Mike, what was y'all takeaways from this presser? The end of the season presser for the Atlanta Falcons.
Well, can I go first?
Go ahead, do you think?
All right. Well, first thing, I gotta say this.
He's out! He's out!
Yeah, I had to do that. But anyway. Look, again, man. The one negative thing I could take away from this press conference is why did the organization had to hire a sportsology to tell the organization to tell Arthur Blank the shit that we've been seeing on our platforms for the past several years since we've been doing this?
Can I answer that, Don?
You can. I already know
Okay.
the answer, but you can though.
Yeah. Okay. Since the fans may not understand. A lot of billionaires and owners, they own 100% of the company or 90%, and a lot of them have 20% involvement in the knowledge of it. Unless Blank was a player himself that came up through the NFL to become an owner, then it's a little bit different because you can be more involved. Mike has said it many times. Blank, he's a fan of football, but wasn't a quote unquote football guy.
Yeah, he never played.
So he had to hire and he had to learn from other people that were in the NFL. When you have people like Rich McKay understands that Blank is not gonna know terms, Blank is not gonna know the little inside nuances, so we can keep certain information from him. If y'all watch what's that Undercover CEO or Undercover Boss.
Yeah.
And most of the CEOs in them companies don't know what the operations are of their own company because a lot of them are hired from the outside in. So they don't know. They go based on what the board tells them. Blank was no different.
Right.
It's just that he just been the owner of the team for a long time. So he get information at the last minute because they know Blank got the power to get rid of everybody. So if somebody don't want something done, they're gonna hide it from him. Plain and simple. So basically Rich McKay and Raheem Morris and the rest of them play keep away from their owner.
I mean, I mean, the thing is, man, like we can't just say just that alone. Like a lot of the times it's just for confirmation. You want to have a second and third backup plan behind your decision. So chances are you getting sued because somebody said, I mean, so many essays. Yeah. Some people have put up a essay or some sort of false accusation on you and say, well, you didn't necessarily give me an opportunity. So this is a plan outside of a plan. So he can cover all bases where he can say, all right, I wasn't the only person that was thinking this. So oftentimes it's not exactly that he's not, he wasn't sure what was going on. He was sure what was going on, but it just goes back to what do we call you, Mr. Wandrell? What do we call you?
My nickname or the pillar inside the organization?
Well, right there. It's right there on the thing. What do we call you?
Mr. Tactician, blunt force trauma.
No. It's right. No. It's right on your name, brother. It's right your name.
Mr. Tactician.
Mr. Tactician. You have to have many tactics to get certain people out, because some people don't cover all the bases. So you got to cover all your bases. Make sure that people ain't thinking the way you're thinking. Mm-hmm. Because as soon as they start thinking the way you thinking, then they can outthink you.
Right.
So all of this is really just like I said, billionaires got to cover all bases. If you ever watch John Wick had so many damn ways he can kill you. It's like it didn't even make a damn sense. It didn't make no damn sense. Okay, he had 50 billion ways where he can kill you, and it's the same way. It's the same way that Mr. Blank is doing it. Like you gotta have the police. Sometimes, like I know if you've been in the hood, if you've been in a situation where you didn't pay your rent, and they said you got to get put out. Well, guess what? Guess what the front office do? Who do they call?
Police, the sheriff.
That's it. That's just for backup. They have a right to put you out, but sometimes it get ugly, and other people got to get involved. So it's the same. It's the same way with Mr. Blank. Sometimes things get ugly. Some people try to do shady things, and try to sue you for this and say you did this and did that. It's like if you break in a third party to kind of be backup behind it, man, he got nothing else to say.
Well, Mike, it's one thing to add on to that too. Not now, Blank might not have had his hands in it in terms of a football guy, but Blank has been a successful businessman his entire career. Sometimes, and Kev says this all the time, sometimes to catch a fool, you got to play the fool. Blank played the fool a lot this season. Because once an owner gives you an ultimatum, he don't forget that ultimatum. When he give the ultimatum, he give about 25 feet of rope. He done already put the noose around your neck. And because you've been here before, he already know how far you're going to take it. And he'll sit back. He'll play dumb. He'll sit back and play dumb. All the while, he's slowly reeling that little rope in. And he do it just enough to where you feel it getting tight, but you think you're still good. And then soon as it get to the end, what Raheem and them didn't understand, Blank pulled, he yanked the noose almost 3.5 weeks before they got fired. They was too stupid to know.
Y'all remember this? I believe it was Dez Bryant. You remember when he was talking about that Jerry Jones had a private investigator following him around and stuff like that? I can promise you Mr. Blank had a private investigator and he was watching and listening to everything that dude was doing.
Oh yeah.
Can I say this? Can I say this? And this I know I probably may be reaching, but what if Jeff Ulbrich was brought here? Yeah, he was brought here to be the defensive coordinator under Raheem, and I'm pretty sure Raheem requested for him to come here. But what if Arthur Blank talked to this man and privately asking him what's going on with the team? What's Zach Robinson and Raheem Morris doing?
I wouldn't doubt it.
I mean,
and for him, and for Arthur, And for Arthur Blank to block Jeff from getting the interview for the Cowboys, yeah, like
What? Well, see, here's the deal. Because I read up on the article. They were talking about what he thought about Jeff Ulbrich. He said it out of his mouth himself. Jeff Ulbrich has improved his defense in ways that he didn't expect. Like he said, yeah, we set the franchise record for sacks. What that tells Blank is you came here and gave me your word, and even though you had some bouts of foolishness, you stuck to your guns even when Raheem didn't, and you got this team. You made this defense better. That's what I wanted from you. And being that you had been here, went to New York and came back, Blank got respect for Jeff Ulbrich, because even when we were losing, Jeff was doing his best to make sure. Now, did we fully trust him? No, but he stayed on his job. I could see that. I could see that because at this point, Jeff didn't have nothing to lose. Jeff was already on the shit list when he got here. His son made that apparently clear. He made that apparently clear. So Jeff had to fight for his job since day one. Raheem figured he was going to smile his way to the bank. And to be honest with you, again, if Terry's your boy and Terry see you messing up, Terry should have pulled you to the side like, bro, you fucking up. You making me look bad because I vouch for you. Tighten up. You letting Raheem run around like a little a toddler with his head missing. Just saying. Owners play dumb all the time. And I told Mike and them, when the straw that broke Mr. Blank's back is Atlanta Falcons had just gotten some new investors. Some of which are, if y'all paid attention, one of which is Dominique Dawes, who is a gold medalist, and I think she's a Hall of Famer. Gymnast.
She's been here for a good 4 years or so.
Yeah, but I'm saying
she's been here for a while. But the point is, what you're saying is a lot of the investors are not trying to lose.
Right, they're not. Yeah. And you start losing investors, that's a good 30% of your income right there. Because for y'all that don't understand business, investors come in because they talk with the owner and they say, hey, we see a significant way we can make money with you. We're going to partner with you. Investors put their money up front and get their money on the back end. So when you see a team that's doing terribly and then the team improves, and you see that cap, once the NFL establishes, okay, this is what the cap is going to be for all teams, them investors get their money on the back end at the end of the year and off season. But when they come to the organization, they put their money up front. So let's just say you got 5 investors at $100,000 each or $100 million each. Your organization now has been fronted $500 million.
First move that gives you a lot to consider.
So yeah. When that happens, they use that capital for resources and improving the team, this, that, and the other. So now what the investors want to see is
controlling people and opening up.
What in the world? Can we get better players?
What the hell are you doing?
Oh Lord! All right, Corey with the 199 said AB said good was not good enough anymore.
Right.
So.
Right.
Hold on. Let me get. I think I got.
Yeah, you're right, bro. Josh Blank did see it coming.
All right. So, hold on. Let me move this out the way. So from Will McFadden, he said Arthur Blank said frequent changes on the football side are the hardest for players who have to adapt to new ways of doing things often. It's why he wants consistency. Consistency at the top is very, very important, but the quality of the consistency at the top is also important.
Yep.
Remember what I said.
Remember
what I said. No. Remember what I said. We was consistent at being inconsistent.
Nice.
Yep.
You found a way to win a clean.
Right.
Yeah.
You
Just
found a
go
way to
through.
win.
Just go through the whole. Go through. It's about 14 of the quotes on it. So just
You
go
missed
through.
the fast check.
Who got something playing in the background? Something echoing.
Ain't me.
Ah,
Ain't
shit.
me
That's
either.
nah. Sit here, got a chess match going on right now too.
Oh,
Yeah. So yeah, like you said, baby boy blank. And so my question to y'all is, when we talking about these investors and stuff like that, how soon did y'all think that those investors was implemented on this organization? Because I know the news came out and said that they've been around since about October. Me personally, I think that investigation firm has been around this team since last year.
yeah. Because you got to think about it. The minute Blank and them acknowledge that these are new partners of the team, they have already put their money up. Because you got to sign a contract, you got to allocate the funds, and then you have to announce that they're part of the board, because they become a part of the board. Which this is the board that we talked about that outvoted Blank. This is why I say Blank played dumb to see if Raheem and them was going to do what they said they was going to do. Now, what happens is when you don't win or you start losing games, the board then starts coming to Blank and say, "Hey, you promised us, a winning team, or you promised us, a winning franchise." And he looking at y'all like, "Well, y'all voted against me getting Belichick in here for Raheem Morris. Hey, Rich, you did the same thing. Oh, well, we'll get it. We'll improve. We'll do whatever until it don't happen." So now Blank has to scramble to keep them investors happy so that they don't bail. And I'm gonna tell you, if he didn't get rid of Rich McKay, they would have bailed. That's one of the main reasons why he got fired. Because that same board of people that voted against him, they was like, "This ain't working. Who's to blame?" Blank like, "It ain't me. Y'all voted me out." They look at Rich McKay. You the one came up with Raheem. Blank, you got to go. Because I'm not losing these investors. You, Raheem, and Terry Fontenot got to go. I'm keeping my money.
The thing is, and we talking the keyword we talking about is money.
Mm-hmm.
Like Greg Beatles has been around this organization before Arthur Blank got here. Greg was here when we was in the Super Bowl the first time in 98. All right. So again, he understands. He's not a football guy. He's the money guy. But he sees trajectories of when the team is fortunate and making a lot of money, or he sees that when the team is on a sliding scale, we're losing money. And I honestly think the Falcons in the past few years, just with the lack of success that we have had, we're losing money. And like we said about those minority owners, they became minority owners, I believe, in 21?
Yep.
Right after that, when we cleaned house, well, when we got rid of Dan Quinn, Raheem as an interim, and then we fired Dimitrov, that's when we got those minority owners, because they saw that, okay, the Falcons are trying to reset and get a new management in there and try to, turn fortunes around. Well, we knew it was going to take a while because of the cap hit we was in, because Dimitrov caused. And, like what Terry said, we was in phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and none of that came to fruition. And then those minority owners, they see that, okay, this is the second time y'all had a head coach in the past,
5 years.
5 years. And this team has yet to make a damn playoff.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
and
losing money. They're losing money.
And Don, to piggyback off of that, not only were we losing, but the way we were losing, it was like it wasn't like we were like 3 and 5, like 3 and 14. we were losing. We were 1 or 2 games away from being in the playoffs, or we were like this year. We were a field goal away from being in the playoffs.
Yep.
Like, and then when your investors see that your team is physically in just about every game, and you losing in dumb ways, they like, Blank, you see this? Is this what you telling me my investment got me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They don't want to hear that.
But yeah, that's why that, like I said, man, and just speaking on the Coup side of things. Mike, do we have any more quotes that we took away from this presser? All right. So this is another lack of clarity for the vision of the team. That's what Arthur Blank said was perhaps the biggest surprise he found from the Sportsology report on the health of the Falcons.
Well, let me say this. Let me say this too. Like, I hear people say that there should, like, why is he hiring outside sources? Well, why are you telling your auntie about your damn mama? Why are you telling your auntie about your wife? What's going on? It's the same thing. You got health. You have restaurants. They got to have health inspection. They have to go through certain things. This is the way of the NFL. This is the way of any league where you have to have a governing body over things, because if they don't, people will just be doing whatever they want to do. And the same thing that you do for a team. Just because you're the owner doesn't mean you necessarily know everything that is going on in every creek and cranny, because a lot of times these incredibly intelligent people who's handling millions, hundreds of millions of dollars for you could be hiding money here and there in all types of places and conspiring to take over your team, and you have no idea. So that's why you bring in an outside source to kind of investigate things. So I know a lot of people have been saying a little crazy stuff about Mr. Blank and why he hiring other people. Well, this is the reason why.
Yeah. I told you so.
Yeah. This is why I said. This is why I said at week 3 that Raheem. No, this is why I said before week 3. I said last season. I said, do not be surprised if you see some foolishness from Raheem, because why? He's the scoring little boy that got chin checked at Little League, and he gonna try to find a way to get back at his daddy. And I told y'all after week 3, I said it's sabotage, because of the simple fact, no grown man likes to be checked by another grown man. I don't care what kind of money he make. And Raheem tried to prove to Blank that I'm the dude and you not. And you just found out why Blank is the owner. Point blank, period. You did nothing for Penix. You did nothing for this team. You was trying to prove that Kirk Cousins was still that man.
Well, I got a handful of comments too.
Okay.
All right, I got that one. Hold on. We got that one, so I can skip that. I think we got that one too.
Yeah, that right there.
Right here. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We need to have a clear shout out to Mark Ramondi. Make sure y'all listen to the Say Hello to the Bad Guy book. It's on Spotify. Like he said, for all the wrestling fans. He said we need to have a clearer vision on offense, defense, how we're going to play.
I'm glad you said that, Kel. I'm glad you said that. I'm going to say something I had a conversation about today. I talked to some of my brothers, and I want y'all to pay attention. The next couple of days to maybe a week and a half, when Blank came out on Twitter talking about the way they're going to do stuff, not only is the hierarchy being built, but it's going to determine what we do in the draft. Pay attention to that.
Oh, of course. Oh, yeah. And the thing is about that is that's why some people keep talking about like I'm not looking at draft stuff right now until the staff is built.
Right. And
Like I'm not looking like I understand. I know who the prospects getting drafted. I get it. But
mm-hmm.
I'm not going to do any mock drafts or nothing until we know who the president of football operations is, the GM of the Falcons, and who's going to be the head coach of the Falcons. And hell, I'm going to wait until they build their coaching staff. Offense, defense, special team, strength and conditioning coach.
Good, because that's the thing. The Falcons now with blank like we building this from the top down. So there will be no, I know everybody is out here throwing out all these head coaching possibilities and OCs. You're not going to see not one head coach, not one OC, not one DC or anybody come through here until the president of football operations is announced. Because that person is going to be responsible.
Well, I want to clear that up too. Hold on if I can find it.
Hello, John here with the 499 said our perspective as fans is not what Arthur C is.
Right.
We see what he doesn't, as vice versa. Arthur was wise to hire outside firms to investigate.
Yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
But what's going? There you go.
Right there. That's so it's actually not the president of football operations. All right. So he says Matt Ryan is one of their candidates for president of football. So basically, what he created a position that's going to be the president of the vision of the football team. So he's supposed the general manager, the head coach, and the president of football, the president of the team is supposed to meet with him. So everybody below, everybody that's involved is supposed to meet with the president of the football that kind of share the vision with him, and then he takes it to Mr. Blank. So if it's Matt Ryan, all those guys are supposed to take everything that they come together with and meet with Matt Ryan, the guy who's the president of the football. Because what's been happening with the Falcons is that you got the head coach and the general manager and the president of football operations. They're conspiring their own little own little dream or scheme, and they're telling him one thing, and that's where the lack of clarity comes in. They weren't telling him every little. They were just giving him a little bit of things, and then and telling him one thing and doing another. So that's where the lack of clarity come from.
And everybody wasn't, and everybody, and to just dumb this down to layman's terms, no one was on the same fucking page. Everybody had their own vision of what they wanted to do because of their ego. Now, listen, and like we said, the president of football, he's going to drive the vision, and that's going to trickle down to the GM, to the head coach, to the players.
Right.
All right. So when he said that Matt Ryan is going to be the president of football, right? And that's going to be the vision, right?
Right.
Goddamn. So you said Matt Ryan and Seth Rollins. Damn.
But see, here's the deal, though, and I'm gonna go further, Don. A lot of y'all got to understand, Matt Ryan is the one person in this organization that can go to Blank directly and say, Arthur, you remember what happened in 2016, how we got screwed. Matt Ryan, it has a unique position and perspective because he was the player that got to a championship and got to the Super Bowl and also knows what it feels like to get screwed by the coaching staff in said game. So he's going to be that dude where if you come in and he asks you, well, what do you bring to this organization? What can you do for the Falcons? And remember, you can't lie to me because I played against you. So it ain't like you going to get over on him because he didn't play long enough to see everybody's hand. And he knows basically just about all your tendencies and moves. So if you're going to BS him, it ain't going to even get the blank. He ain't going to have to worry about it because it's going to stop right there. So he's going to be able to see it from the player perspective, the quarterback perspective, and then whatever vision that comes up, he gonna look at you like, oh, that don't sound right. Or he gonna be like, all right, I like that. Let me take this to Mr. Blank. So now it's gonna be a thing, whereas the bullshit's not gonna pile up and then Blank figure out that it is bullshit later. That's the good thing.
He needs someone there that understands the game of football from the football perspective. Because the thing is, what's happening, all these guys are bringing him a bunch of ideas and saying it's going to work, and it never materializes. So this is why he's bringing in a football guy. Again, president of football operations and president of football are similar, but they got different responsibilities. Matt Ryan's job, or whoever the guy is supposed to understand what these guys are saying, and like Dunn was talking about, in layman's term, break it down to Mr. Blank. All right, these guys are not on the same page. So basically, Matt Ryan is supposed to lay out an idea, an identity of what the team is supposed to look like, and bring it to Mr. Blank. Because what's been happening is everybody's trying to share these ideas. We want to be explosive. We want to be physical. We want to be this, and we want to be that. We want to be. Well, you can't be everything. You got to have an identity. And they were not. That's why I was saying, again, the lack of clarity. They had no clue what they was doing.
Oh, wow. I just looked something up. Do anybody know what degree Matt Ryan has? What's his degree in from Boston College?
No, what is it?
Just take a wild. It ain't business, but take a wild guess.
Criminal law.
It ain't criminal law.
Sports,
No,
whatever.
It ain't even sports related.
What is it?
Communications.
Well, there you go.
Communication. And that's executive. Like most executives though, job, they have degrees in communications.
Well, yeah, and that's
Boston
why
Boston College, they're known for, if you want to get a good a degree in business or communications or marketing, Boston College is like a top school for that. So
that's why.
Trust me about I know about colleges, because guess what? I used to help students, apply for schools and research schools and stuff. So trust me when I'm saying, like, that's not a bad school. That Boston College, far as we always look at Boston College for the sports side of it, but for the academics, it's a good school.
Well, that's why he did so good at CBS. That's why being an analyst for him will be second nature.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but that's the thing. I knew he was gonna kind of go into broadcasting or like working in the front office with somewhere, because, like, again, you can, in the interviews and stuff, with the press conferences and stuff he did. So
and Fred here with the $2 said Penix is the franchise quarterback confirmed by Arthur Blank. Now, as we putting out all this evidence and stuff, what Mark Ramondi here says, how drafting of Penix and signing Kirk Cousins worked out did not play into his decision to fire Raheem Morris. It had nothing to do with the decision we collaboratively made.
So basically, we figured out that them motherfuckers didn't have a clue what the hell they were doing.
Mm-hmm. Because one of the major quotes out of this press conference that caught my attention is when he said that Terry Fontenot and Raheem Morris did not show the leadership qualities and capabilities.
I can find that. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny. We throwing all these tweets in your ass.
Yeah, I look. We did. I got it here, so y'all just be patient.
Yeah. So when you put it up, I'm just gonna clarify. So basically, what Mike is looking for is where Arthur Blank said that Terry Fontenot and Raheem Morris did not show the leadership capabilities or qualities to take this team to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
There you go.
The one thing.
Hold on, John. Let Kid read it real quick.
I thought
Okay,
I thought he was done talking.
No, he just put it up here. I'm just clarifying this. So from Zach Klein, he said Falcons owner Arthur Blank on why he fired Raheem Morris and Terry Fontenot. Not providing the type of leadership to get us to the next level. We didn't achieve the level of success we are capable of, aka you didn't live up to the expectation, and the type of leadership that he's talking about is navigating through all the bullshit drama that went on with this team.
And Don, after you, I got something on that. Go ahead.
And that's the thing. And so we gave, and I'm gonna say we, like the team when Raheem got here, we gave this dude everything he wanted. All right, you wanted a banked up Kirk Cousins. We paid a lot of money for this dude. We made that transaction. He got here. And at the expense of bringing him here, we lost a draft pick because he couldn't shut his damn mouth.
Right.
Then we drafted Michael Penix, a quarterback we know who has injury issues, who has, 2 surgical repaired knees. But again, he's still a high-profile quarterback coming out of Washington. So we drafted him. And we got other, pieces, other players, and you couldn't win. You couldn't win.
The type of leadership with a GM. So, let's break that down a little bit. So, when you talk about the leadership position, the leadership obligation for each position, let's start with GM. What do you guys say? What are you looking for, or what you think most owners are looking for as far as the leadership is concerned from the general manager? And then we'll go to the head coach.
Well, number one, like I said, being able to get the reins on the coaching and coaching staff, mainly starting with the head coach first and get on the coaching staff when you see that the team is hitting a dive in the middle of the season. When the team gets in a slump, or you see that the coaching is causing us to lose games, I got to pull you to the side and be like, what are you doing? Do you know what division is? I should be able to tell you this is what division of this team is. This is what our identity is. What are you doing? Are you following this or not?
I think it's clearer than that. I don't think he's talking. I don't think he's even talking. I think what he's saying, the lack of leadership, both of them showed the lack of leadership on a decision that needed to be made. Y'all know what that decision that needed to be made?
What's that?
That's why I'm asking you. I think he's talking about something specific.
Go ahead and say it, because I'm trying to see if what I'm thinking is what you're getting at.
Kev been saying this. The quarterback position. It wasn't the fact that Kirk Cousins played bad. It wasn't the fact that Mike played bad or played good. It's that most of them didn't want to make a damn decision when it came down to getting rid of Kirk or keeping Mike or getting rid of Mike. Nobody wanted to make a decision. They kept both of those guys on the roster and did nothing about it. And
we wasting money. And we wasting money.
Created the dysfunction.
Right.
Yeah, and we're wasting money. That's pretty much like, that's what I said. I pretty much just said, like, you came in as a head coach, you wanted your quarterback, but Terry wanted his quarterback, and y'all just, that's what I said. There was no vision. There was no one vision. Everybody had their own vision of what they wanted to do. Raheem wanted to do things the way he wanted to do. Terry wanted to do things the way he wanted to do. Rich McKay, hell, he feel like it's still 2002, and you can just go out there and long as you got a quarterback like Brad Johnson, you can fucking win games. No, it's not like that, bro.
Right. When to be honest with you, the Raheem wasn't even involved in the team on the field in the damn first place.
So that's what I said, man. Like Arthur has been lied to. People had shown lack of transparency with this man, and he's tired of it. This is why he said that he created the president of football.
Nobody wanted to make a decision. Everybody was some bitches at the end of the day.
So again, like this is why I said that, and I know a lot of people. Some people are not high on Matt Ryan, but the thing is, who outside of Jake Matthews, all right, has played for the Falcons for a long time? Who has had a long tenure with the Falcons since Arthur Blank has owned this team? Outside of Jake Matthews,
nobody.
And the only person is who? Matt Ryan.
Yeah,
that's it.
Everybody else gone. Everybody else has
played with Matt Ryan has played here for 14 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
So again, like, and when he was here, when he was a player, he never got in any trouble. He showed up. He did what he needed to do.
Yeah.
And he earned Arthur's respect. He earned everybody's respect. So Arthur Blank, he wants somebody that's going to be by his side and potentially be by Josh Blank's side and go be 100% transparent with him about this team.
And I'm gonna say something else that a lot of it's gonna go over a lot of fans' heads a lot. Also, Arthur knows that Matt Ryan, like our mentor, had been telling us, Matt Ryan has championship pedigree on him. Fuck what y'all think about Matt Ryan. Fuck what y'all say about his career. Matt Ryan got the championships. Matt Ryan got to a Super Bowl. He was screwed out of winning it, but he got there. So he knows how to win. He knows what it takes to get to a Super Bowl. And Terrence Mathis always said, this team in order for you to get to a championship, you're going to need people that have championship pedigree. We didn't have nobody in the front office that had championship pedigree for nothing. Again, yes, Blank is the owner of a team that won a championship in the Benz, but guess what? There ain't nobody that won a championship Super Bowl in the front office.
And Matt Ryan probably is proven.
Right. Proven. And Matt Ryan is the closest one to get to that. You ain't gotta like him.
I know some people. Raheem won 2 Super Bowls. Okay,
no, he didn't.
He did, bro. No. Let's not flex those Super Bowls.
No.
Again, you had Hall of Fame talent on that defense in Los Angeles and in Tampa.
No, I'm gonna cut it deeper than that. Raheem didn't win shit. Raheem was a beneficiary of the team that won it. Raheem ain't won shit. He got a ring by default. He got a ring by standing next to the dude that won it. That was in LA, that was McVay. He was standing next to him.
Well, I'm gonna say the defense. McVay don't call the defense, but
no, I know that. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Wade Phillips was there the year before, and we seen how things like that happen when the coach leave a good team. The next year they finally find success and actually win it all. It's called inheritance.
Yeah, he didn't want shit.
Team. You didn't build that. You didn't develop those players.
Yeah, I'm not giving him no. He ain't won shit on either team. You was just standing in the room and just happened to get a ring.
So he wasn't even Alfred. He wasn't even Alfred from in Batman. Okay, he wasn't even Alfred with.
That's what I'm saying.
And with Terry, yeah, he was with the Saints organization, but they won 1 Super Bowl. And if y'all heard me on any platform in the past several years of I've been doing this, y'all already know how I feel about that Saints Super Bowl back in 09.
That was that. I'm gonna call it what it is. That shit was called sympathetic.
Charity.
That was sympathetic, and we're gonna leave it at that. So again, neither one of these occasions he won. He didn't do shit to win nothing. He was just standing there.
Right. But I want to get this super chat out the way from Terry Lloyd. He said when Penix said he had nobody to turn to coach wise, Arthur Blank made his decision. Then he started talking to the sports firm.
Yeah,
Like you said, it's a whole bunch of stuff. And this is where the leadership thing came into too. And I want to add where Mike asked that question. It's managing all that drama. All that drama that had went on with this team for the last couple years and how it just festered and it festered into something else.
Look, can I make an example of? So for me, we have what we call a board of directors with the Unholy Alliance. We have a board of directors, and a select few of people that we go to for all the tough decisions. That's either to clap back, to be offensive, defensive, come together with a vision as far as where we're trying to go, where we're taking what we need to be focused on at a time. And everybody give their input. Everybody give their input. So when you have 3 guys that are in the room, 4 guys that are in the room, and the owner say, all right, what do you guys come to an agreement with? All right. And everybody just say, hey man, we just going with Mike right now. And then Mike says, well, they didn't tell me they was going with me. They told me that Kurt was doing it. They didn't tell me anything. So this is where we talk about the lack of leadership. Even though we have a board of directors, and I want to care, Warren, everybody has a voice in all the top decision making of the Unholy Alliance. Everybody has a part of it. So when things happen, guess what? It still come down to me making me, and a lot of times Kev and Dunn, most of the time, if we don't come out with a majority vote, we never do shit. So the fact that you got a quarterback position, and that's the top position of the football team, because nothing goes well if the quarterback position is all discombobulated. Mm-hmm. So you have a position with the Atlanta Falcons that's the most important position as far as players are concerned, and you got the GM saying that, well, we just gonna hold on to everybody until we figure out. And then you got Mike saying, like Terry was saying, like, well, they telling you that they got my back, but they look, I ain't got nobody to talk to. I'm going to my high school. And then Mr. Blank said, hold on, I thought you said that you got it figured out. Why is Mike saying y'all never talk to him? See, this is where the lack of clarity comes in. They telling him one thing about they got it handled, and then he hear from the players when he talked to the players, because that's his prerogative, because it's fucking team. He talked to the players, and then he see these things that are happening in the press conferences with Bijan Robinson saying, hey, we weren't properly prepared. And then he get in the press conference and say, oh, no, Bijan mistaken. He's wrong. And then Mike says it too. And a couple of other people throughout the entire season was like, nah. And then you got Jesse Bates saying, well, maybe I need. So they're creating chaos behind the back, and then when they know that Mr. Blank he's due to show up, they clean the house up and put on a bunch of phony smiles.
Yeah.
Why
Why does that sound familiar?
Why did that sound familiar? Good God Almighty.
You want to explain why that sounds familiar?
Yeah, we had a lot of look, we don't had a lot of look, y'all see those people. Y'all see these people that you see these people in this niche right here, this Falcon niche. They put on a big old happy smile and giggle their ass off. Smile in your face, all the while they're trying to take your place. Okay?
Backstabbers.
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 Y'all see them every day. Soon as they come around you, oh, it's all good. How you doing? How you doing, buddy? It's all good. And then you hear them say them on other people's stuff, and then they saying, well, I don't like that negativity. You're the one who's in the background telling these people not to go on this show because they do this and do that. Y'all the main ones doing it.
Well, Mike, you know, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to be real. It's kind of hard to be. It's kind of hard and be real when you stay bent over. That ain't none of my business, though.
Look, y'all know exactly who you are. Y'all know exactly who you are. It's the same people that put on a smile and then they put on this image that you're the problem all the while. They sitting up here ignoring guys and not giving the proper tutelage. They not even do the proper credit for actually doing what's right. And Mike Penix, we saw what happened to Mike. Mike said, I ain't got no help. Guess what? Mike said he got no help, and guess what? The first thing, well, DJ Williams and Raheem and Zach said, no, that's not true. That's not true.
And basically what ended up happening is once that interview came around, it was a character assassination attempt on Michael Penix. From the Falcon media, which was led to charge by D-Led. It was DJ Witt. I was like, I just would ask y'all that question. Yep. Did y'all notice the character assassination of Michael Penix right after that interview?
Oh yeah. They came out because what were they doing? What the media do? They start playing all the clips of him making mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first thing they do is they retract. They retract what he said. Just tried to disprove it, and then the media puts out all of the clips of the mistakes he made within the last 5 games.
And I'm disgusted by Jesse Bates. How are you sitting right next to Michael? You're not giving him help. That was a direct, and I'm telling y'all right now, there was a direct order from Raheem Morris to not give this guy any help. There's no way in hell he should be sitting right next to you, and you're supposed to be a leader of a football team, and you not giving this dude no types of help.
Because what Raheem probably did is told them, listen, if you get his boy any help, you're not getting no playing time.
That's what he said right here. He must have misspoke. No, the fuck he didn't.
What did I say about that? Didn't I say Freudian slip?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't I say Freudian slip?
Hey, what is that? What is it? AKA, he must have twisted his words around.
Yeah, because you caught yourself telling on yourself.
Yep. Y'all see how happy DJ Williams was when Kirk Cousins got in there? Like he lost his long lost brother. They giggling and laughing on the sideline and everything.
Why? Because Kirk Cousins continuously staying in the game gives Raheem and them reason to tell Blank, see, we told you this would work. See, we told you we doing what we supposed to do. So when Blank get ready to say, okay, what have y'all done before I get rid of you? They will say, well, see, Kirk won us these games, but not understanding winning them last 4 games the way we did put the nail in the coffin, because Blank will say, well, what happened through weeks 3 through whatever? What happened right there? Why couldn't you do that? The same thing you did in the last 4 games.
I got something to say about the Michael Penix situation and with the quarterback situation under Raheem. I don't know if I said this before. I really think the coaching staff, they wanted to be lazy. And what I mean by that is they knew what they were doing. They brought Kirk here. They saw Kirk as this, okay, he a veteran. He a veteran quarterback. He can win a lot of games. He has playoff experience. This should be a cakewalk. All we really got to do is focus on try to get the defense together. Offense probably take care of itself. But the thing is, hold on. But it did not work because Kurt got hurt, and he's not that guy like he used to be 5 or 6 years ago. And not only that, and I think Raheem probably had trauma from his days when he was a head coach at Tampa, because remember, he had Josh Freeman.
Mm-hmm.
And he did not give Josh Freeman any freaking help. They did not develop that kid down there. Killed that boy career.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't want to do the same thing with Penix. That's what I said, man. I think Raheem and whoever came along with him down here to Atlanta, they weren't serious about winning. No, they weren't serious. They was not serious about actually coaching the right way. They wanted to take the easy route. They wanted to take the lazy route. Just do whatever, do enough just to keep Arthur Blank out of the locker room.
Yeah.
So basically what you saying is, because Arthur Blank is not a football guy, they looked at Arthur Blank as being a dumbass in a situation and thought they can get away with anything.
Yeah, they figured because he ain't a football guy, he ain't gonna stick his nose in deep enough to see what we're doing until it's too late.
But the thing is, but the thing is with Raheem, motherfucker, you should have knew better. You should have knew better. You did the same thing Dan Quinn did. The only thing different, Dan Quinn at least took us to a doggone Super Bowl.
Yep.
In year 2. You didn't even do that.
No. What got him too is, again, billionaires don't forget anything when it comes to money. Right now, Blank ain't forgot not one person that had to do with that Super Bowl collapse. He ain't forgot it. Not one person. Raheem, you was in that. So he ain't forgot that. He just played dumb to see if you learned your lesson and had enough time to get it going. That first 8-9 season, Blank was like, we could have got to the playoffs, right? Next year, you better get to the playoffs because this team got enough potential. I done gave you everything you wanted. You ain't got no excuse. You and Terry better get it going. You said screw him. Okay, I'm gonna play dumb until the end of the season. I'm gonna let you hang yourself.
Grew with Tony. This is my opinion, and I don't know, Mike may have a different opinion or not, but he's a rookie, man. Like, again, that's their job to develop him. I don't think he have a choice to say, well, I don't want to play on the center. Dude, you're an NFL quarterback, man.
Nah, I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. I like I said, I didn't really give Kev and Warren a choice. I said, well, me and Kev came to the conclusion. We looked at Warren's skills and we said, yeah, we're gonna make you the leader. We told you you're going to have your own show and we need you to host based on his skills. So he didn't have a choice.
I just said okay. That's it. Yeah. But see, the thing is, and they're right. Michael, see, and this is what y'all got to understand. I know we like Mike Penix. I know we want to put more emphasis on him that he's ready. He is a rookie. He has not experienced enough NFL to be able to carry it on by himself. Agreed. He hasn't. And I mean, he's a good player. I'm glad he's healed. I'm glad he's healing up. I'm glad, he'll get back out there. He does not have enough NFL experience. He hasn't seen enough defenses. He hasn't seen enough offensive schemes. He hasn't had enough time to develop his second nature or his instincts. He's got them, but they're not sharp enough to where if you get a very good experienced DC, they'll still pick them apart if the offense is not tailored just right. So, and you see that's how he got hurt. If like Kev has said more times than not with him and Ritter, if you don't move the pocket, he's gonna get hurt. He can't stand still. He got to get them instincts together. And yeah, he's a rookie. 2 or 3 years, bro. Nobody escapes the rookie process. I've said that millions of times.
So essentially what I'm saying here is y'all saw what Arthur Blank said in that presser. Arthur Blank experienced what the anti-Mad Mike sports playbook is all about. The anti-Mad Mike coalition went through the Atlanta Falcons.
No.
Yes.
In that case, explain
that. Kev, I know which one we're going to use. All
right. So when I say the anti-Mad Mike coalition playbook, first of all, it's about internally trying to disrupt things from the inside. That's first and foremost. What do we see? Internal disruption, i.e. Ike Hilliard, the quarterback position, Ray McLeod.
Even Drake and TJ.
Stowing discourse from the inside.
Can I say it?
Okay. Then here's another part of it. The character assassination of Michael Penix after the interview. Well, like you said, when he exposed that he wasn't getting no help like that, was the first thing that they did. Right. The character assassination of Michael Penix
and Bijan Robinson.
I mean, it was there too with Kirk Cousins when Kirk Cousins called out Raheem and Terry for the same thing.
Yeah.
He did that. He did it also.
Yeah. Now I'm going to get one of the rules, one of the plays out of that playbook that sums this all up is common sense is forbidden, emotions is law.
There you go. And like you said, just go back to what we talked about. Because Arthur Blank isn't around with the football discussions and stuff like that, the mice inside the cage thought it was easy, it was cool to play around and plot behind, i.e. Rich McKay, Terry Fontenot, and Raheem Morris. But like you said, and when we talked about earlier, when Josh Blank started getting involved with this football shit, them niggas started sweating like a motherfucker.
Because he has no ties to either of them, meaning that he could fire them without having any emotions in it.
It's like I always say this. Most people join gangs so they get protection. It's not that they don't need that they're not tough. They're not tough guys, but most people have a security crew around them because to try to, pretty much just keep the bullshit away from them. I have a mission. So when Mr. Blank didn't have a foolproof security around him, he just had Rich McKay there. They thought it was just like, because look at Jerry Jones, for example. Everybody know who's sitting by his right side or his left side. That's Stephen Jones. He's sitting right there. Son's sitting right there.
Yep.
Mr. Blake didn't have somebody that was close to him. They was like, "Hey, Pop, I don't know about this shit."
Right.
Everybody look. There's another example. When you look at the mob, who the mob got? They got like 3, 4. They got 3 people sitting right now. You got the consigliere
and the capo,
the underboss, and the capo sitting right there. In order to get to the boss, you got to take them 3 out first.
Yeah, and what's funny is, yeah, because and the one thing about it, the consigliere, he's the one where you don't go to the boss directly. He got to go. So even if you got a grievance, if he can handle it, the boss don't even hear about it most of the time.
And like you said, man, and Terry is in this too because just for the simple, I know he threw Desmond Ritter's name in there too. You got to ask questions about that. But Terry Lloyd here said, yeah, and this right here, this is where the antennas really went up too. Was that 680 interview with Rich McKay?
Yeah, it was embarrassing for that.
That right there,
involved in everything.
That right there. I'm gonna be honest with you. That interview right there is what sealed Rich McKay's fate.
Yeah, it did. And I'm gonna tell you one thing about mob bosses. And I'm called the Dunn for a reason. I let motherfuckers hang themselves. I don't really have to like cause any conflict, because the thing is they cause some conflict within themselves. They're not doing the right thing. So again, like when Arthur Blank has done this a lot with a lot of coaches, he let them hang themselves. So when it's time for me to be like, okay, it's time for you to go up. Good luck on your future endeavors. It's nothing personal. I done took all my emotions out of this. Like right now, this is a business move. This is business.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell y'all something. You guys want to know what made Luciano so deadly yet efficient? He had two men beside him at all times. Meyer Lansky was the money man and could tell you how to everything from taxes to laundering and everything. And he had Frank Costello. Frank Costello was the muscle. Yeah, Frank Costello was the muscle to the point where Luciano got deported. Frank Costello ran the family. He had two guys beside him at all times. Them two stayed with Luciano all the time. Blank, at some point in time, this is why Blank did a Godfather move. Blank did not reveal that his son had involvement in anything until his son had to get involved.
So if y'all watch Michael Corleone, huh?
Yeah. You know where I'm going. If y'all paid attention, this was the first draft that his son was really involved in. If y'all paid attention to that, Josh had his hands in this draft because he wanted to see how everybody around him responded when Josh decided to make decisions. Go back and look at that draft. When baby boy Blank got in there, certain people made certain movements, and Blank like, okay, all right, I can see you doing it, I can see you doing it, and I can see you doing it. So all he did was just sit back. Yeah,
I really think Josh will never hire on Raheem, and the thing is, Josh just got under because look, he works under AMB, the sports, the pretty much the parent company that owns the Falcons, United, the stadium, and all that. All right, and the PGA store and all that stuff. But he became the vice president of executive strategy back in August of 24. So he's been there for almost a year and a half now. He's been running things a year and a half now. That's what we've been trying to tell people. Like, change is coming. It's coming. And right now, what Arthur's doing, he's trying to have everything set straight, have all his ducks in a row. So when Josh take that step and actually is the owner of all this, he won't be coming into a lot of chaos.
And when a father leaves something to a son, the father teaches the son how to read and outthink people. And Blank said, you know what? We need you on the draft. I need you to pay attention to how people respond around you. You see stuff I might not see. And then they're looking like, oh, he about to take over. Because most people, when they want you out or they want to try to take over, they look at your heir and say, oh, is he strong enough? Or we can get over on him because he don't know nothing. Nah, Daddy Blank taught his son well. You just didn't know his son had involvement in nothing to the last minute. And now Josh like, oh, so this how they get down when they don't think you know nothing? And he probably taught his son, act stupid, pay attention to everything.
Mm-hmm. And it's so funny because we talk about Arthur a lot, being part of the mafia, being the mafia boss. His son, this is put the icing on the cake. This dude played college soccer.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
This man, I'm like, bro, if you know anything about anybody that played college soccer, them guys ain't right in their head, bro.
Yeah.
Those dudes, they was a legit crash out guys. I'm telling you.
Soccer and rugby players are a different kind of crazy.
And he played for Ivy League, I believe. Ivy League soccer, I believe. But yeah, I might not mess with that, man.
He is not a pushover by no means. He has watched his dad. This is what y'all gotta understand. Josh has watched his dad build Home Depot into a $1 billion company.
He's a midfielder too. Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
He has watched his dad build a $1 billion home improvement company where there was none in Atlanta, only to get a team, become an owner, and learn all of this foolishness that's been going on. Trust and believe. Josh is Mike Corleone. And you gonna find out soon enough. It's just that he moved all of the foolishness out the way.
So basically what was being said is they couldn't put one past baby blank.
No. And I'm gonna say it like this. I saw the comment. It doesn't matter if he played in the NFL. He knows business. That's why they got Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan can sit up there and tell Josh, this is what you need to look out for. This is what you need to look for. This is what happens. I know this cat. Don't trust him. He ain't good. You get a guy that knows football that can teach the owner's son about football, the things that he may not know.
AKA common damn sense.
Right, because the thing y'all got to understand, Josh been around football, had been around his team long enough to know enough football in the NFL, but Matt Ryan having played it, somebody like him close to the organization, they're going to tell him the nuances that Josh probably wasn't around for. Trust me, you don't leave a $1 billion company. You don't leave a $1 billion company to your child if they're not ready, and you don't let them get in on the operations if they're not ready.
And you don't leave people there that's gonna just stray him the wrong way, like a guy like Rich McKay. This is why.
Yeah. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I gotta throw this out here. So the members of the competition committee. All right. So there's two guys. You got Rich McKay, who's a co-chairman and CEO, and then you have Stephen Jones there is a co-chairman and he's the COO. Katie Blackburn of Cincinnati Bengals, Todd Bowles, John Lynch is another one. John Mara, Sean McDermott, Sean McVay, which is interesting, and then you got Mike Tomlin that also. So the old guys have had a lot, and what I'm seeing with that is a lot of those guys are getting younger. They're getting more and more younger guys, and I think that's what Mr. Blank was talking about, is that these guys are slowly starting to get integrated out of it, and I'm talking about the older guys like McKay.
They have to. If the NFL is going to survive, the old heads got to move aside, bro. They got to move aside because the NFL has changed so much that the old ways don't work a lot of times. Old way of doing stuff don't work. You got to be able to keep up with the new rules that they come out with. You know, you got to be able to keep up with the new changes in terms of safety and stuff like that. So you can't have guys always saying, well, we did this 20 years ago. That don't work. Don't matter. We used to go out there and smack our faces again. Well, we need helmets now. We can't do that no more. We get lawsuits. If I go out there and tell somebody's kid to smack his face into another kid and they both vegetables, we get sued for that. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, look, for instance, Teddy Roosevelt, all right, Theodore Roosevelt, one of the presidents, former president of the United States, back in the early 1900s. he was a wild guy. He loved football. Back then, football was very barbaric. All
Yes.
right. They didn't wear, and back then when he played in the late 1800s, they didn't wear helmets like that. And he
No.
said that this was Teddy Roosevelt said. He said if one of his sons wear a helmet, he would disown him.
Yeah, because they had. Let me tell y'all what the Ivy League football player looked like. He had on some stockings. He had on some trousers which came to the knee. He had on some Raheems. They had on some little boots with the little nails in them. That was cleats. And they had on leather. They had on leather aviation hats, and they had on shirts with look like they stuffed their socks in their shirts. That was it. There was no face guard. There was no helmet. So if a 300-pound lineman or 300-pound dude at that time ran you over, you just had a crushed melon. You just had you had to get up and glue your head together and keep playing.
And I'm glad you pointed that out, the leather helmets, because leather helmets, they were like winged in the front. This is why Michigan got the winged helmets, because back then when they played, they had those winged leather hats. They weren't helmets, they were hats, because they didn't even cover the side of their face. They were the top of their head.
They were aviation hats.
Style. That's why they continue to incorporate their style, because it's a traditional thing.
Yeah, they were aviation hats. If you go look at them, look at what the pilots wore, and look at what they wore. They borrowed aviation hats because they didn't have no helmets. Basically, football back then was akin to rugby. Rugby, and you ain't got no helmets. Rugby, you running with a ball and you knock somebody's block off, it's knocked off. That's why Russell Crowe is crazy, because he loved rugby. Rugby, that's like old football.
And Sonya asked the question, I wonder if Rich McKay told the refs to flag us a lot over the years.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Look, okay. How many games after that Rich McKay and Arthur Blank issue, how many games did we get flagged in that season? I forgot what season it was when Arthur Blank and Rich McKay got into it. I think it was, 23, 24? I think because it was around the time we had the issue. I think it was 23. Around the time we had the issue with Arthur Smith when he got in trouble with Bijan Robinson. Remember?
That was 23.
And and Rich McKay had to fine the team. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
We was like Rich McKay on some bull, and we was like, yeah, he had to fine the team, and Blank wasn't happy about it. How many games after that incident with them refs acting real strange?
It was quite a bit of them.
Mm-hmm. We got more BS calls in 23 than I've ever seen. And I remember Mike called it out. And look, John said it here. John said 19 players died in 1904 as a result of injury.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sorry. Human beings are heavy. You can't run into another human being and not get hurt. You ever seen toddlers do it? you ever scared two little kids and have them run into each other? It looked like a car crash.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. BP here said same thing like baseball. Babe Ruth and them had a regular baseball cap. 90-mile fastball to the head back then would probably kill them. They had to create baseball helmets. Even those changed.
Yeah. Why you think they got them face guards? Because you got pitchers now throwing 100 miles plus.
Yeah, they ain't got no goddamn control anymore.
Look, y'all seen The Sandlot with James Earl Jones. Y'all see what he told them boys when they came to visit. He said, I used to crowd the plate. He said, but one fastball high to the side of my head, pow, lights went out.
I done had a couple of too many concussions, so yeah, they're not fun at all.
Right.
No, they ain't.
But But like you said, just getting back to what all this is and stuff like that. It's just like you said, it's just funny that the vindication of what's been said about this regime for the last few years. Finally,
Yep.
Kev, can I throw something out there that a lot of people not paying attention to?
go ahead.
I want y'all to follow me on a famous rocket ship. They ain't talking about little Einsteins either. Think about it. What's coming up in 2028?
The Super Bowl,
And where is it coming to?
Atlanta.
Okay. Who do we have the possibility of having in our front office?
Baby Blank,
As well as who?
Matt Ryan.
Okay. I'm going to stop right there. What if we get, like, so what if Matt Ryan comes in and all of a sudden now we get the coach with experience and the GM and OC? Wouldn't it be poetic? And I know Mike jumped up and down when I said this. Wouldn't it be poetic if your favorite longtime quarterback turned front office person?
I'm not jumping up. You got the wrong motherfucker who's gonna be jumping up. We know who that person is.
Well, what I'm about to say is, wouldn't it be so appropriate for this man to be a helping result of us winning a Super Bowl and him getting the ring by default? That's a hell of a comeback story, ain't it?
Right. But my thing about this is the smiles. And I think a lot of people don't remember when we first started this. Mike, what was one of the first things that we talked about when it came to Terry Fontenot?
He ain't shit.
That was literally the first words. It's like, boy, that motherfucker smile, he ain't shit. But like I said, he said we fuck with it. We know he ain't shit. Goddamn, now we know for real, he ain't shit.
So what you're trying to say is once a saint, always a saint.
It ain't even about the saint part about it. It was, think about it. When you saw Terry Fontenot, 9 times out of 10, you saw that boy smiling like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Right here, boys. 9 times out of 10, you saw the motherfucker smiling like a motherfucker. Essentially, what I'm saying is Terry Fontenot got caught up in Raheem Morris's circle and he fucked himself over by getting too close to that circle.
Yep.
Yep. Some things ain't. Everything ain't for everybody.
It ain't.
Jerome, you just messing. You just met Patriots. Patriots and Falcons in 28.
Yeah, he said Terry got hold. No, Terry got caught. He got caught up in some shit he didn't need to be involved in.
Terry bent over when he should have stood up. Move like that. I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm just saying. You know it. Yeah, just hey.
He'd have got himself caught up in the TYT.
Terry and the TYT.
No. It's Rich McKay and the TYTs.
Oh, damn! Not mayonnaise.
And for those that don't know what TYT is, it's touch your toe.
They don't need to know.
To touch your toes. We ain't right. I know we ain't right, man. I know we ain't. We ain't right.
We're upsetting Mike.
No, let's close the show because one just getting started. Nope, let's go.
Wow. So they tell me everything I need to know about the Buccaneers.
Oh,
I didn't know fucking Tom Moore was still a damn consultant. Y'all remember Tom Moore?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, like
Hold on.
Minute.
Hold on.
dude was coaching Terry Bradshaw in the damn late 70s.
Yeah.
Hold on. There's one thing we forgot to talk about too. And all this shit would explain why the fuck D-Led is out here crashing out over this shit. This would explain so much.
What happened?
No, cause you ain't heard D-Led been crashing out over this firing of Rich McKay and Raheem Morris for the past few days.
I heard he was crashing out, but I just thought that he was mad because they wasn't baking him no more cookies. But that ain't none of my business. That ain't none of my business.
But my thing about it is, as a reporter, why would you be crashing out this hard over a firing that you know that is part of business? Remember what I told you about the character assassination of Michael Penix?
Right.
And how a lot of this Atlanta media that had their hands in this to protect Raheem Morris.
Right.
D-Led sitting out here crashing out because his golden goose is no longer here. Remember, Rich McKay has a lot. He has a lot of influence when it comes to the media aspect of things, especially here in the city of Atlanta.
That's right. So he protects the media while allowing the media to shit on the team that he actually worked for.
Mm-hmm. And because Rich McKay is not here anymore, guys like D-Led don't have that opportunity to be like that. That's why he's crashing the fuck out right now.
Oh, so you mean to tell me he basically now he gonna start getting chin checked indiscriminately?
He doesn't have the access to the inner circle anymore. Why do you think what Arthur Blank did? Arthur Blank did the press conference. You notice D-Led wasn't there.
Oh yeah. Because see, the thing is now when D-Led say something stupid, they can shut you out or shut you up.
You got to. There's the checkpoint when you get into the facility, and I'm pretty sure when D-Led pulled up this morning, he really thought he was gonna get in that press conference room. But he pulled up to that gate, and it was like, "Pull over to the left, sir." Did I do anything wrong? No. And they go like, "Look, we gonna have to ask you to turn back around. You're not gonna be able to have access today, or probably access to further notice."
What you mean I can't get in there? I'm D-Led from the agency.
John Boy just said D-Led was there, so.
But they didn't. But did they ask him a question? Because from what I heard, I didn't really hear that many questions from him. Because the one thing is, D-Led is always one of the first journalists that gets to ask questions.
You know what? Yeah. No, if you look at Arthur's face, and mannerisms, Arthur had a D-Led shut your ass up look on his face. Like, don't say nothing.
D-Led wasn't talking. They didn't allow him to talk in the press.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
They were like, you can be in here, but you better not say shit.
Right. Because right now, Blank has to get on here and say something because nobody else right now, Blank trusts to say nothing or do nothing. He like, nah, I'm gonna show you. This is my team. This is what we're going to do. That's why it came out about. He was like, we're not hiring no coach and no GM until we get that position filled with about the Atlanta football. That part right there, that comes first. When we get that settled, then you'll know about head coaches and GMs and all that kind of stuff. So when your owner's sitting up there talking, that means everybody else is on a shut your ass up notice, to include the media. That's why only certain people that Blank trust got to talk. Tory McElhaney, probably Taryn Walk, Will McFadden. Certain people that he trusts to say stuff, they got to talk. D-Led, they already know D-Led a clown.
Jerome ain't shit. He talked about D-Led was at the kids' table.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Arthur, man, he knows how to navigate those press conferences, and like he got his person there that's gonna call on the certain media people, so certain journalists. So I already knew they was gonna skip over damn D-Led.
Because
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that they did.
Well, you got to think about it. Arthur Blank, although he ain't on Twitter, Arthur Blank be reading them tweets. Arthur Blank seen D-Led crashing out over Rich McKay. Why am I gonna let you talk?
Mm-hmm.
I just fired Schmiegel. I don't need you to tell me how precious he was. You already know you like my precious.
Give me my precious.
Like that's why you can't. Like that's why you can't find a part of your nose that fell off. I don't need you to talk.
See that?
Yeah, you see that? Look at the center of his nose. It's missing. Everybody nose stick out. The center of his nose is missing. Like he got it cut off in a blender.
Head toe down.
Hey guys, what's going on? See up and up, missing my nose. These little mother suckers didn't let me in on the daggone. Well, Blake didn't let me in on the little interview. I don't like it. I can't even wear my purple colors.
That man look like that big hunk of damn clay that you be molding together.
Yeah, you know what he looked like though. He looked like that pimply mold that be on some grandma's face or something like that. You can't touch it. It just got the little hair sticking out of it.
Mm.
I know Kid wanted to play that theme song.
No, we got to go. We
about to roll. We about to roll. We about to roll out anyway.
Want to have a whole 19-minute rant just on D-Led.
But we'll set that up though. We'll set up the D-Led clown show here soon. So
Keith on blast said why he looked like that one grumpy grandpa at the pool.
Look, y'all don't let one get started. Nah, we're gonna be on for 30 minutes.
Wait a minute. Ski said D-Led he got soggy grandpa.
That motherfucker look like a hemorrhoid nigga. That's what that shit looks.
I'm you know what? Nah, D-Led face just look like a wrinkled scrotum. That's all it look like. I'm gonna say it like that. That's all it is to it.
All right. All right. So we're gonna go and get up on out of here, y'all, man. Like I said, we may actually have a part 2 to this weekend. So we need
to confession.
John, you ain't shit. Somebody here. The theme song of Sanford is coming on.
Hey, shout out to Kiki in the chat.
What up?
But I hope we do K Styles. I hope we do have part 2 because I got a confession.
Oh no.
Oh man. Yeah, so we'll do the STS this weekend. We'll actually gonna make this whole shit a lot more educational. Hell, it was pretty educational tonight.
Yeah.
But we're gonna be even more educational in what we about to damn put on this screen. So make sure y'all go ahead and appreciate y'all and everybody here that's commented, super chat. Shout out to a couple of the new members. Like you said, make sure you continue to support Mad Mike Sports. Make sure you support the 6MK Live, the Heavy Hitters. That's 2 E's, Heavy Hitters Live. And the ATL Sports Endgame, a.k.a. Mr. Tactician. Y'all make sure y'all show him channel some love as well as everybody else in the Unholy Alliance.
Yes, sir.
But we definitely going to have a part 2 to this and the correlations behind it. So till next time, people, we ain't here to play. We here to stay. Is that the Raheem Morris's voice every time? Every time Rich McKay comes around him.
Oh God.
Yep.
or what one? What'd you call him? Schmeagle?
Yeah, that's Schmeagle. Mm-hmm.
You ain't got to go home.
But hey, can somebody give me access to the room? I want to get back here and talk to Blank. Thank you guys. I need some access.
I ain't scared. Let me put my thing in your mama. I'm talking about me, zesty motherfucker.
What in the dick? Wait up. You know what?
No, you know me, pimp.
Don't.
I will have your mama bending over on her toes, okay?
Wait a minute. Not the tablecloth. Not the tablecloth.
Yeah, she'll be clenching them tablecloths and grabbing her ankle. Okay, we'll be calling her goddamn Raheem Morris.
Carol, stop the show. Stop the show. Stop pushing the tablecloth.
Y'all, do you know who I'm the undefeated champ when it comes down to roasting motherfuckers in this, okay?
Oh my gosh. Come on, Mike. Come on, Mike. Come on. Just talk to me, lad.
The last motherfucker that tried to come at me, his mama called me, so you might want to calm that shit down. So ain't no zesty over there.
Wait. You said the last nigga that tried you, his mama called you?
Yes.
His mama?
Oh Lord.
Oh no. What did that? Whoa. You.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
All right.
My darling, I can't get enough of you, babe.
All right, we out, y'all. Hell no.